It's Tuesday the 16th of December 2025, and here again we are, another day to go through the stock markets to see what the developments are in terms of progress. As far as the Nigerian exchange is concerned, we are making progress, and hopefully I hope you are having a great time. It's good to be here again. A very warm afternoon to you from wherever you are joining. Apologies for not being able to be here yesterday after the long break from last week. Really excited to be back here to go through the markets with you. It was due to yesterday's challenge was due to technical challenges that is still being worked on. Hopefully we have a great time today together. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are. You know how we do it. Go ahead and keep liking, keep sharing, and make sure that by all means you are taking full advantage of the information we shall be sharing here, and it can only get better from here. I can tell you, let's make progress right now. It's good to be back. I have missed all of you, and it's a good thing that we're back here again. Let's go on. Top of the day to you, Maobi. It's good to see you here also. You know how we do it. Go ahead, like, share, power tap your screens, make the screen actions come alive very well. So many people who are supposed to be a part of it may not be unless we find a way to get busy on the screens. Let's go ahead and see how well we achieve today. We will go straight to activities in the market as at yesterday, and then proceed from there on to taking your comments on the comments section. The Nigerian exchange key indicators climbed yesterday, gaining about 3 billion naira due to soft rally as investors digested sustained disinflation conditions across the equity and fixed income markets. Nigerian equity market opened the new trading week flat as key market performance indicators actually recorded a marginal gain. Specifically, the market index and all share index added 4.62 basis points in yesterday's trading, representing 0.003% increase to close at 149,437.88 points. The market capitalization of all listed stocks on the local stock exchange gained 2.94 billion naira, representing a growth of 0.003%, settling at 95.27 trillion naira. Though the market index closed nearly flat, it leaned towards the positive as investors traded cautiously in selective stocks across major indexes, even as headline inflation eased further to 14.45% in November 2025. Reflecting the trading direction, market activities weakened to yesterday as total volume of all trades executed in the domestic market declined by 3.24% and 54.31%, talking about their total value. Stockbrokers reported that approximately 553.16 million shares valued at 13.2 billion naira were transacted across 28,907 deals. Is your deal amongst those that was recorded yesterday? Did you buy any stock yesterday at all? Where are you looking at? Which stocks fits your investment criteria at the moment? FCMB drove the volumes on the NGX, accounting for 16.79% of units transacted, followed by Access Corporation 12.39%, Cornhall 9.27%, Fidelity 6.53%, and Jaiz Bank. So it shows that attention is shifting towards the banking sector as at yesterday's trading from what we saw. Vitafoam topped the value chart, accounting for 13.4% of total value of all trades executed, making it the highest traded on the exchange. You know, I told you something about the possibility of Vitafoam eventually coming up with something of a bonus issue. Is it that the market has already gotten the information and are taking position in Vitafoam, or an individual just rolled in there to make it the most valuable transaction yesterday? Sovereign Insurance led the top performers, up by 10%, trailed by Guinness. My Guinness family, see how your stock is flying. That Guinness you bought at 70 naira and 77 naira per share. As we speak right now, I'm going on to check what Guinness sells for. 263 naira. You are almost 200%, 200 naira per share up. For a stock bought at 70 naira or so, it's now 263 per share within 1 year. Interesting stuff, isn't it? All right. This is one thing with staying long in your investment. You just can't tell how far any of them could go. As long as you've done your homework, remain patient in those stocks. First Holdco also surprisingly gained. Mikio gained 9.88%. First Holdco 9.86%. ICO continues to receive some serious attention. 9.86%. Alex 9.68%, and 20 others. I can see Zini says I took profit too early. Yeah, sometimes it happens, and sometimes the way to avoid such things is if you have penciled down a stock for long term, may it just remain a long term stock, because especially for stocks that are coming out from a very bad past, they've been stagnated for so long, and there's a whole lot of catching up in terms of price movement to do. So those stocks are stocks you should hold on for long enough. For instance, we have a stock like Dangote Sugar. It's been dilly-dallying around 54. Meanwhile, it actually jumps to about 80 or so a few months ago. So now that it's been dilly-dallying there and has suffered a lot following foreign exchange losses and all that, but with the prospects going forward after the acquisition the inauguration of the Ghana sugar refinery that they opened there, a whole lot is looking great. If you buy a stock like Dang Sugar, even if you bought at 54, 55, you saw how it quickly rose to 62 up till yesterday, before dropping to 58 as we speak now. Such a stock is what you will hold, because it will find a way to start recovering all those years that it lost in terms of price correction or repricing. So that's what is going to happen to most of these stocks that have suffered in the past. Can you see what MTN is doing? It suffered last year from 117 naira, struggled, nobody wanted it, and then when it decided to bounce back, there are people who must have bought at 170 and sold at 300 or 350. Today MTN is doing 500 because it has to recover those years. I can go on and on. The UACN we see today used to linger at 7 and 8 naira for so long. I used to mention it at 9 when we were on WhatsApp, not on Discord. But it kept going and kept going, climbed to 12, stayed long at 12, but managed to climb to 15. That's the UACN today that is at 83. There are stocks like that. And if you are in the market for a long term, really, really important that you stay back, stay in, and claw back those lost years in the form of price gains. So many more stocks will behave the way Guinness has just done. Many have behaved like that, and it will not stop. Our job here is to find a way to nudge you, nurture you, position you in those stocks. Then the rest is just to stay patient, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we come to the end of today's review of trading activities in the market. The fact that you even managed to buy first, Zini, the fact that you managed to even buy first is a pointer to the fact that you can actually make a lot of money in the market, because not everybody was really even courageous enough to buy at that point. Okay, we are seeing it play out even in a stock like Bua Cement that stayed for so long at around 89, 90, even some people bought at 70 something, but it has gone, covered more than double, and is now resting. It will rest a while, and then the next move will happen, right? Okay, gentlemen and ladies, before we proceed to start taking your comments, let me inform us, the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I was just coming out from a podcast. I was hosted in a podcast today. I think they are on, they are predominantly on X, that's Twitter. I've forgotten their full names now. You will see the video, I'm sure maybe they will eventually publish it. And we're discussing a whole lot of things, investing, the culture, what you need to do, where you need to start, capital, how to do this and that. So we had a very interesting session. And one of the things we kept talking about, because the question kept popping up, don't be too much in a hurry. Investing is actually a lifestyle. If you find it a lifestyle it will become and reward you very well. But if you decide that you want to do a hit and run, you may miss a lot of opportunities and also lose money in the market. So first thing, knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, Net Worth Investors Club was also recognized in that podcast discussion that we had this morning. So guys, we are going places. Your name is going far already, even before we start our physical appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how I want to welcome all of you. Maobi is in the house. My ever-present co-host will be here to moderate on the comments, trying to mention and help with responding to some of your questions that I may miss. You know how we do it. Keep the questions coming in on the comment section. Copy to clipboard and keep pasting your question until I'm able to see it, because the screens will surely continue to scroll automatically and it will take time before I treat one question and go on to the other. I'm getting feedbacks from Facebook that the volume there is very low. Perhaps I will use this opportunity to deal with that eventually during this festive period. You look so well rested now, Coach. Good to see you again. We miss you. Loyalty, thank you very much. I hope you also rested well enough. G Girl, good afternoon, Coach. Welcome back. I miss you so much, Coach. It was a very long week. Oh yes, G Girl, I missed you all. Sir, is Jaiz Bank a good buy? Jaiz has always been a good buy. As long as it's within that 4 naira 40 kobo, 4 naira 50 kobo range, not bad at all. You can see how it has stubbornly refused to drop below 4 naira 40 kobo. Let's see how much Jaiz is right now. Jaiz is currently at 455. Not a bad price to buy. We are seeing it all play out right now. The market is trying to slow down a bit. It's currently at a range where it's almost like, okay, this is the least I can go, but the week before Christmas can always be tricky. A lot of unexpecteds can happen, but it's going to be short-lived. So whatever you want to do it very fast and make sure that you are done with your trading or accumulation this month. Between FTN Cocoa and Jaiz Bank, which one can I add to my portfolio? Well, Jaiz Bank is much more profitable at the moment. FTN Cocoa is recovering from a bad experience and we need more time, perhaps. But you know, one thing with the banks is that they are heavily capitalized now, meaning they will take time to eventually create the value to match the extra number of shares or the dilution that has happened in terms of the shares outstanding. Okay, Fredowski says, we miss you, Coach. You are highly welcome back. Thank you very much, Fred. I missed you too. Which app can we use to buy, hold, and monitor our stocks? It is Ebuka. It is Ebuka. I use for my Nigerian stocks Atlas portfolios. Okay, you can use any stockbroker of your choice. All right, as long as they give you services that you enjoy. Right. Juliet Mbalaso, welcome back, Coach. Boss, please, should we be worried about the banks that haven't met CBN requirement? Joy, you shouldn't be worried because most of them are still working tirelessly to meet the recapitalization deadline. And so many things are going on. That video I made does not take into cognizance something like the offers that have not been concluded. For instance, UBA just is still on their rights issue. I think First Bank is doing private placement and so on and so forth. So many other banks are doing one thing or the other. In the end, if they are not also able to raise the capital themselves, they will eventually go into mergers and acquisitions which eventually will make them. So no bank is going to collapse because of the recapitalization exercise. Sometimes most of this information can't be captured, and we want to make, I personally always try to make my video just about 3 minutes or less, because the attention span of the world has really shrunk, and so it's difficult to explain everything in one video. It's always easier to just keep it direct and simple and straight to the point. Ladies and gentlemen, what to expect from TIP? Here TIP has extended the deadline for their offer, but please be informed, TIP signs of things to come when the offer is eventually concluded. Can you see TIP rising to over 12 naira per share? In fact, it got to 13. All right. So if you have not taken your TIP rights or public offer, please do so, because I don't see that stock selling anything cheaper than those two prices in the market right now. I mean, in the offers going on right now. Immediately the offer closes, I saw that reaction on the stock price. It was supposed to have closed on the 12th, which was on Friday. On that very Friday, TIP rose to 13 naira, up from the 11 that it was lingering at, right, before pulling back. So once the offer closes, that will be all. The stock will eventually start finding its way up. In any case, we go on to other comments. Chukudi Uchenna says, hello coach, you are welcome back. Kindly let me know entry price for Dang Sugar today, or will it still go down? We don't know. We can't predict whether a stock price will go down or not. For Dang Sugar, it's gone down enough, and so I don't see it going further than the 54 it dropped to before rising to 60 yesterday, closing at 60. I saw it at 62 yesterday as well, but currently it's at 56. That means you can actually put in a bid at 55.90 if you have the patience to wait, right? It's possible that you could buy at 55.90. Leko, thank you very much. Alishin Loye Leko, I can see you there sharing the live stream repeatedly. You are doing a great job. Shala says, good day coach, please, what's the best price to bid for UACN? Okay, UACN right there. UACN, let's see how much it is right now. 85 naira, 85 kobo is the current price, up from 83 yesterday. So there's a strong and consistent demand for UACN. From what I'm seeing, 40 million naira has been spent already for nearly 500,000 UACN already. 1.9 million bids versus 649,000 offers, and this is why it may not drop below 500, but it's still possible. So you are going to be bidding just above the closing price of yesterday at 83.70. I think that's a good price to bid, even if it's at 85.85 right now, right? 83.70 could be a good bid price to see how you can get in to UACN. Coach, how much can I bid for Mansard today? Lakeside, Mansard. Hold on a bit, scrolling back up to see how it's doing so far today. Down to 1302, which is a good price from the 14 it closed yesterday. For me, that 1302, 1303 range is not bad at all. But should it drop below that and drop all the way down to 1290, then that would be fantastic. But that means you'll be bidding behind 357,000 bids from 1290 upwards. That would be the best bargain if you ask me. Should there be a desperate seller who has maybe 1 million shares to sell or more, then it can be sold to you at that point. But it's a probability whether or not you get it today. Please coach, when is the public offer ending again? Missed it, thanks. Atikwesi, I think it was moved by 1 month, so 12th of January, if I'm not mistaken, should be the new closing date. Coach, is 6 naira 90 kobe goodbye for UPDC reach, sir? Let's see. Let's check. UPDC has been trying to stay on at 7 in the last few days, okay? It's actually 685 now. 6 naira 90 kobo was yesterday's closing price. Though we have 5.8 million bids versus 3.6 million offers, looks like 6 naira 85 or 6 naira 90 kobo can buy you UPDC REIT today. Though if you bid at 685, you'll be queuing behind more than 360,000 bids for UPDC. So make UPDC REIT. So make up your mind on where you want to bid. 685, 690, 690. If you bid at 690, you get sold to immediately because there are about 3.3 million offers at 6 naira 90 kobo, right? All right. PZ says, hello coach, best price to bid for charms today. Let's go on to see charms. I've said this thing before. Every time you see charms under 3 naira, it's an automatic buy for me because it looks like some money bags are busy jumping in and out of charms and making a lot of money with it. It has no business selling under 3 naira, but that's the case. It may eventually tend to. Currently 3 naira per share, having closed at 3 naira 20 kobo yesterday, and the highest bidder is at 299. You see, 7.4 million bids versus 10.4 million offers. So when they want, they try to build the offer column to be fatter and create the impression that people want to sell off, and then people panic sell and even sell down under 3. Then they go back again and scoop back under 3, and then merry-go-round continues. How about Guinea Insurance and African Alliance Insurance? Samuel Arawu. I don't think African Alliance is quoted here. Let's check what Guinea is doing. Guinea is a small insurance company that is doing well. Look at that. It's gaining today from 108 to 1 naira 17 kobo. 4.5 million bids versus 1.3 million offers. All of these stocks that used to be penny stocks. I mean, under 1 naira stock, Guinea particularly. We remember talking about Guinea here at 70 kobo per share, but that's it. And one thing with penny stocks is the little they gain can mean a lot. 70 kobo per share by then, just a few months ago, means 1 million naira has now become 700,000 naira invested has now become 1.17 million. That's over nearly 500,000. But if you take a look at it, it's just from 70 kobo to 1 naira 17 kobo, today's price. So penny stocks can, as much as they can enrich you very fast, they can also wipe off your portfolio quickly when there's a market decline. Saber Wellness Center says, good day coach, is Uni Insure a good buy? Actually, if you're looking for penny insurance stocks, Uni is one of a very good one that is very cheap. The question I want to put to anyone who is here today is, I hope you understand that penny stocks can fluctuate a lot, and penny stocks can actually require a lot of time to grow your portfolio, so that you don't overload your portfolio with so much pennies and struggle to grow the portfolio as much as possible, because there comes a time when the market can decline and then almost everything you gather gets wiped off. That's not the case with the bigger names, the blue chips, the growth stocks. So you want to strike a good balance, all right? Coach, tip PLC offer, is it only 5,000 units allowed me to buy? No. Who says it's 5,000? It's not 5,000. There's no limit to how much you can buy in terms of the public offer. If you see Jojo, I understand from their website, I think through the registrars, I've seen cases where people report that they only allow 500,000 naira worth. That's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be unlimited. You apply for as much as you want, then they let you know what eventually is available to allot you during allotment based on the volume of applications received. Charms and Jais Bank, which would you advise, boss? Love it, Adams. Love it. I'm torn between the two. I see charms growing in capital gains more than Jais. Jais, because of the little dilution that has happened and the dividend that will be declared, that may not really be very satisfactory. There's a lot of upside, but it will need time. Though Jais looks a much more balanced, solid, and profitable stock, while Charms is at an expansion phase of their business. Even though they have said they're going to be paying dividend, resuming dividend payments from next year, right? But Jais looks a much more stable business, following, of course, the industry they are in that is highly regulated. You want to make up your mind on which one to go for. Currently, Charms is the cheaper one and so has potentials for a greater upside in the short term, right? So make up your mind on what to do, and in your consideration, make sure that you are not overloading your portfolio with too many banks or too many penny stocks as well. Coach, what about Corn Hall? Best bid price today. Corn Hall, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance. I am thinking that stock will make my 2026 stock prediction. I remember when it was lingering around 2 naira and so on, and gradually inched up, and now sitting pretty above 4. Every once in a while, it staggers below 4 or gets back up almost immediately. Current bid and offer status is almost equilibrium status, 3.7 million bids versus 3.6 million offers, and that's the reason why it's still at yesterday's price of 4 naira 21 kobo. There are bids at 421. Whether or not pressure will come on sellers, I don't know, but I think it's possible between now and Friday that you get it for around 410 or less. So I would not want advice that you bid for more than 410. 410, 405, or even 4 naira is possible today. Good day, Coach. Is Sovereign Trust Insurance a good buy? I haven't checked to be sure what the fundamentals are, so I cannot really tell. But everyone, please be careful with low-priced penny insurance stocks, if you like to describe it that way. Rich Forever. Good day, sir. Please, do you have any advice on SCOA? SCOA has not impressed me the last time I looked at their financials, so I would not have any advice whatsoever in terms of going in for that stock. My average entry price for TIP is 11. How much can I bid today? Okay, let's take a look at TIP and confirm what the status is. I saw it around 12. We will find out right now. TIP currently is at 12 naira 75 kobo, 1 naira 75 kobo more than your average entry price. So if you decide to buy TIP today, it means that you are buying higher than you bought initially. That means averaging up. The question would be, do you want to really average up on your TIP, or you want to just maintain? We will find out as time goes on. For now, that's the status of TIP. Coach, please, what's your advice about PZ shares? Not, okay, Ganio Alasa. Looks like your question is incomplete, so I will just let it go. For PZ, that's one stock I told you about, and I told you, was it last Friday? No, I wasn't here on Friday. And that means the last day we traded on Tuesday last week. I bought PZ at 39. I wasn't satisfied with the quantity, but they didn't sell all to me at that price. When they started selling to me, bids began to climb above 40 and 42. Then guess what? News now emerged over the weekend that PZ has decided against the listing from the NGX and closing their Nigerian business because they say the economic situation of the country is improving, and they are looking and seeing potentials and possibilities, and for that reason they will not be hurriedly leaving Africa. Remember, the whole idea was to closed down their businesses in Africa, but they pointed at Nigeria as one of the nations where they've seen signs that there is serious recovery and prospects for growing the business even more. And so the management, the UK parent PZ, decided against leaving Nigeria particularly. And so, ladies and gentlemen, PZ is going nowhere no more. You see? And that means they become another one to watch. Hello coach, 1 million shares, which should I go for? Aradel, NIDF, or, okay, 1 million naira. I thought you wanted to buy 1 million Aradel. I would have clapped for you right now. Emeka Bandi. Actually, between Aradel, NIDF, and UPDC rate, I would naturally say go ahead and buy your Aradel now. You can always come back to buy NIDF and UPDC rate later. But that 1 million, just sink it into Aradel alone. There's no need splitting it anywhere for any reason. And let that money just stay there and give you joy when the true value of Aradel begins to emerge to the market. You know, the video is now out about a few of the fundamentals backing Aradel, and the market may not be reacting, but I hope everyone in Network Investors Club has gathered enough Aradel to eventually get them rewarded. You know, the earlier you get into these stocks, the better. Sometimes, I've said it before, and I've noticed for a long time now, that usually most of these stocks that we get into find a way to eventually emerge and shoot to the skies. So it's looking like I see much more farther than most people expect. You know, people want you to tell them what's going to happen tomorrow if they buy the stock today, but it doesn't work that way. We don't use any mystical means. We just follow clear-cut winning principles of investing. So a lot of times I call stocks far ahead of time. It can take 1 year before the potentials are realized, sometimes 6 months, but sometimes far in between. We find cases where this week a stock is mentioned, the next week or 2 weeks after, boom, it flies. But it never happens all the time because the market has all sorts of phases, and currently we are in that phase, the last lap of our end of year bargains. Hello coach, is CWG a long-term stock? AKA SDK? Yes, it is. First of all, the sector they are in, sometimes you can actually understand these things by common sense and reasoning. The sector they are in, their products will continue to be in demand. These are part of the things to consider, things that are not too difficult to understand. You know, CWG, even Champs. We are getting to election year in Nigeria. Champs has a lot of contracts with the government in terms of voters card and all those national ID, all those things will eventually give them a lot of contracts. Big business is waiting for them to happen. And so once you know that they need, the society will always need what they produce. That's one way to, you know, just basically reason out these things. You know, if you are investing, for instance, in fast-moving consumer goods, you know that no matter how tough the economy gets, children must drink milk, right? So the likes of Nestle, Cadbury, PZ, does PZ produce milk? I doubt. Dairy, no. UACL, Unilever, these companies will never go out of business. Of course, PZ does fast-moving consumer goods as well. So those things that humans need to continue to exist, no company who does that ever goes out of business. Only due to maybe macroeconomic challenges, government policies, unfavorable government policies, or mismanagement by the management of the companies. That's what leads to losses in companies like that. Otherwise, they always have their way. When inflation hits the economy, what they do is raise prices. That's what the brewery sector did last, that shot up most of their earnings. Of course, revenue grew very fast, not because there was doubled up production. As far as breweries is concerned, those who drink, I don't drink, so I can't really tell you how much the price is, but I can tell you from their annual reports that pricing, because they repriced most of their drinks, it led to serious revenue growth, so that's it. But it can't continue, you know why? Because you can't keep increasing prices. So that's a one-off price increase that now stays. Now, that price increase has brought a new standard. Oh, we generated 5 billion naira revenue because you used to generate about 3.5 billion. You just raised prices. Now, you're not expected to raise price again. If you sell the same volume of beer you sold last year, you will still get the same 5 billion. The market is waiting for you to achieve 7 billion this time. How do you do that? You ramp up production, do enough marketing, penetrate the market the more. In fact, if possible, offer discounts so that you can scale up your sales and try to shoot beyond what you achieved the last time. And that's why most of them will come back to the market to do offers. So in 2026, don't be surprised when the likes of Nigerian breweries, Guinness, Champion Breweries, International Breweries, they all come to the market to raise capital in the form of public offer or rights issue. Have this at the back of your mind as you invest. Coach, 3 million cash. Which two top? Which two top? I have 5K. I'm confused. Which two top? I have 5K units Aradel, 15K Dang. What Dang is that? Is it Dang Sem or Dang Sugar? 10K UACN, and also my charm is 500K units. Okay, you have just explained your holdings and what you have. So what next? Your question is incomplete. Loyalty 50-50. Sarah is asking, charms or tantalizers, please, coach. Well, for now, I see a lot of long-term value in tantalizers that you should not miss. So get in and scoop as much tantalizers as possible. Look, 2026 will make a lot of money. We would make a lot of money. I personally would not be surprised to see tantalizers at the end of next year, by this time next year, at 5 naira. This is not a prediction, nothing, but if you are able to accumulate that, you can easily make multi-millions from that investment. All we need to see is revenue stream flowing based on the contract they have signed. 5-year deal with an American company to supply shrimps and prawns. 5 years for dollar inflow. That's a lot. It will do magic to their financials. Is Dang Sugar which one to top up out of all of them? Let me get back and see again. You can actually come back and buy Dang Sugar later. You can come back and buy Charms later. You can't come back and buy Aradel when it jumps. Get in there and top up your Aradel. Get great satisfaction. You know the beauty of Aradel. What made me go back to buy more Aradel at 680, which now averaged my average price up. Current average price now is 550 for me. It's because I got so much satisfaction in the dividend that they paid, interim. And let me tell you, for those of you who don't know, Aradel has a 70 naira earnings per share up to the 9 months result that have been announced. When you integrate the new acquisitions, do you get that now? 70 naira per share, earnings per share already, 9 months. We're not talking about the full year. And I've said here before that Aradel makes more money in the second half of the year. Now we are in the last quarter, much more money, better than first, second, and third quarter performances. So I am projecting over 100 naira earnings per share for Aradel. And you know what that means to their final dividend, because they pay about, is it 51% or a certain percentage of their earnings per share out as dividend. It's a policy. They pay around 50 or 51% or something like that, right? So this is a business that will keep rewarding you every 6 months in terms of dividend payout. Then the market will now reprice and revalue that stock. It's reminding me, Aradel is reminding me of the Presco vibes. By this time last year, I was mentioning Presco here, 450 naira, Presco, buy Presco, buy Presco. Presco did 100 naira per share, earnings per share, 2024 financial year. 100 naira. It's not a joke. And if you have Presco, don't go and sell the Presco because you feel it's not moving. The stock market does not move on a straight line. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. But please, if you have Presco, don't sell. That is a monster of a company. I can assure you, do not sell your Presco for anything. Keep it there. Even if it's 1,000 Presco you have, hold it. That was how Presco was selling for 450 naira here. And some of you bought with me, right? And then boom, what do we have? 1,000 naira gain per share on top of the 400 and something naira you bought. So Aradel is reminding me of that Presco again. And I won't say too much so that it doesn't look like, are you campaigning for them? No, I have taken, you know what we do here? The sky is too wide. You know, there's no need keeping it from you. It's what I have done, I have told you as well. Okay? Same period last year, coach was hammering on tip. Okay, Maobi. now, Maobi, that's it. This is a statement. It says, same period last year, coach was hammering on tip. Buy tantalizer. So, you see, that now reminds me, you have just reminded me of tip as well. Tip was also like tantalizers last year. In fact, tantalizer is not even less than 2 naira. It refuses to sell less than 2 naira. Apart from that panic sell-off that happened first week of November, when it dropped to 2 naira, I think 2 naira. Some people actually bought at 190 or so. But tantalizers hardly drops below 2. You get? Tip was dropping anyhow below 2. You know? But there are two different stories. You know, tantalizers is coming from long years of dormancy and mismanagement and all whatnot. Because, you know, they found out tantalizers is actually late. So that company has remained in the doldrums for so long. But there's a new management in place, new ownership, and they have injected funds, and we can now see results. So you want to patiently gather enough tip. You just don't know, tantalizers, you just don't know what becomes of it. So most of these things keep repeating themselves in different names over and over again. For tip that time, it was a well-run company there's something called moat, M-O-A-T-H, moat. You operate in an industry where there's no competition. You are so good at it. Almost 100% market share belongs to you. If there's anything at all, maybe a few, 1, 2, 3, 5% is what the rest of the players in the industry are struggling with you for. You hold over 90% market share. That's a moat. Now, such companies create so much value. And of course, tip is so unique. We've still not seen the best of tip yet. You know. So that's it. All right? Dexter is asking, Aradel or Presco? I have 1 million. Either of the two, anything goes. Honestly speaking, for now, I will say Aradel. GK Matic Man says it dropped to 1 naira 80 kobo. Yes. Excuse me. And you know what? At that 1 naira 80 kobo, people will now get scared to buy. So it's one of the things I discussed in the podcast. I was hosted in a podcast today. It's one of those things. I think the New Nation podcast or so, the New Nation podcast or something like that. I was saying there that when you develop your strategy, do your analysis and focus on a stock. Close your ears to the noises, because sometimes you buy the stock, the market makes all sorts of noises, there's panic, and then that stock you bought goes down. If your ears are not close to the noises and you don't stick to your strategy, you will follow the market and sell. Head mentality. You sell at a loss only to wake up and see the stock has bounced back. So for instance, those who bought that tantalizers at 2 naira 30 kobo, then it dipped to 1 naira 80 kobo, they sold. Now it's at 2 naira 30 kobo. So who lost? You just carried your gold, dashed to people, because there was no strategy or there was no discipline to stick to your strategy. A lot of times, the world will not believe in you. You better believe in yourself, because that thing you have planned, you may just have been guided to do that transaction and stay there. Storms will come. Times will come when your decisions will be questioned seriously. The question is, how mentally tough are you? Because the stock market game has a lot also to do with your mental capacity, your mental toughness, your insistence that, look, this stock, even if it's going down and everybody's selling, I see value in you that they may not be considering why they are panicking and selling down. So I'm staying there. In fact, I'm buying more of you. That's what's going on with a stock like Dangote Sugar now. One moment is at 64, the next moment is at 54. So up to you to take full advantage of the irrationality of the market, because the market will continue to be irrational. This market will continue to be irrational, right? Okay. Ernest Igugu says the Nigerian Investor Podcast. All right, so you were there, right? Thank you very much, Ernest. You are all over the place. Coach, is there any way to buy more? You see, when I see people who will make it, I can easily tell. They are looking for knowledge everywhere. You find them at the right places where the information that will improve them is being shared. Right? Coach, good morning. 6.8 million cash. I already have 5K RRL, but I want to go in again. And can I buy at this price? Please go ahead and buy GT. It's currently 680 or 680 something, but you can always buy at 680 naira. Just go in there, buy you as much RRL as possible. That's how I feel about RRL. And I've done my bit. I'm still unsatisfied with the volume I have. I just don't want to distort my portfolio, because right now anything you sell, you are selling at a discount. You will soon see them flying again in January. So I don't want to distort my portfolio too much. Otherwise, I would have sold some things and bought more RRL. Greetings, Coach. Missed you yesterday. Looking good, Coach. Is it okay to swing a particular stock on NGX? Obviously. Why not? The NGX, I told them at the Nigerian Investor Podcast that the NGX or the capital market is there and called a capital market for a reason. And like I said, I've not heard it anywhere before, but I just got the revelation, the inspiration about this. Just as companies come to raise capital. Today, CBN says, hey, banks, raise your capital base. All the banks around to the capital market to raise money, right? You too, as an investor, see the capital market as a place to raise capital. How? The little money you're putting aside to invest, grow it to become the capital your business will need tomorrow, so that you don't need to start off a business with loan, right? Very simple. Everybody just to use the market to your advantage. Full stop. Whether you are starting business or not, you don't even know. Most of you, let me reveal to you, most of you are in your 9 to 5 now, and you're thinking that's all life is all about. You will soon get tired of that job, no matter how much it pays. You will soon, the routine, suddenly you wake up and say, this is not for me. This is not really what my life is all about. I'm not among those who will work all their life in an establishment and grow to the highest rank and so on. I think there's much more to my life than this. So, what is it? Then suddenly you remember you have a passion to do business. You have a passion to do one thing or the other, then you will now need capital. What you have been investing in will be a good source of capital by the time you come to this realization. Then you can fund your business. That's the capital market also raising you capital yourself, right? Coach, is there any way to buy more than 5,000 units TIP PLC offer? I don't understand. How do you mean 5,000 units? Jojo, what is the problem with these 5,000 units and 5,000 you are talking about? You should buy as much TIP as possible. Please. Hi coach, is it advisable to buy more diff Nigerian stock instead of few specific with 3 million? With 3 million, if you want to not over diversify at all, 3 stocks, depending on which companies, 3 stocks enough, so that you see value every time the stock gains in price, any of them gains in price, you see value, quantum value, every time they pay dividend. If you do more than 3, 4, then you have overspread, and that means you wait longer to see real volume in terms of your gains in capital and dividends. That was for Legacy, OG Legacy. Akudo Oyido says, morning coach, great to have you back. Thank you very much. Akudo Chukudi Uchenna says, hello coach, kindly let me know enterprise for Dang Sugar. I think I've responded to this. Coach, is Ella Lakes offer abandoned by investors? Ella Lakes is doing advertisement everywhere. How do we sit down on one spot and decide that a stock is abandoned? Every company is permitted to drive their public offer as much as possible. Let me tell you various things that happens in the stock market. There are companies that are shining today that the market didn't believe in when they got listed. There are companies that got sold out when they did their public offer, and today they are a mess. We have a lot of those companies. We have Dark Communication, for instance, for several years. They've been in all sorts of struggles to survive. But in the public offer years, they were all over the place and oversubscribed, because that was when AIT was the flagship of DA, right? So that Ella Lakes is advertising everywhere doesn't really matter. Whether the offer is enough or not doesn't really matter. What matters is what they do with whatever they raise and the acquisitions they've made. They now have tangible assets to use to grow money. You now need time. I was watching one of the podcasts, I think it was Chika Modi, the CEO of Ella Lakes. He featured in a channel's business news interview. And I saw a few of the nurseries. I'm talking about Palm now, though that's not the only business they're involved in. A few of the nurseries that they already have, the acquisitions that they've made, and how they even plan to start paying dividend next year. I don't know how they intend to do that. For me, I'm not crazy about dividend because it will not even amount to much. I believe the structure, the foundation should be solid. They should just build on what they have, just like TIP did. TIP earned 1 naira per share, but paid 10 kobo last year, retaining 90% of their earnings per share. So that's what I want for such a company. Many people have forgotten that a company like Presco today used to sell their public offer at 5 naira per share, 5 naira, only 5 naira, right? So give it time. Ella Lakes has moved from there's nothing to produce revenue to acquiring a business that can now comfortably give them regular revenue with sufficient hectares of land that is undeveloped. So they will now, on top of the ones that are cultivated, the uncultivated land, they will now also cultivate and utilize for whatever. By the way, I also saw the meal. They didn't even have a meal. And people believed in the project right from that time. That was when it was selling at 3 naira. I refused to mention it. I refused to buy. But I did an analysis of what could be if they manage it well. It's in the Discord group there, still there. Even after all that thing I did, I didn't buy. was lingering at 3 naira until we saw some. So if you start off a company today, you're going to be doubted severally. Just do your bit. Tip was doubted severally. Which one is waste management? Which company is listed as waste management company? How much can they sell? Tip stayed at 1 naira and under 1 naira for long until the result showed. Now everybody wants tip. That is for those who still know. Let me tell you, it is in this community that you are hearing tip more often. Most people don't know tip unless they want to check, oh, best performing stocks since January. That's when tip will pop up in their data analysis. Wait, when tip hits 20 naira, they will now say, oh, if you bought tip during the public offer, that time they are talking about you're already in the bus. Do you get the point now? So anybody can doubt you. Any company you decide to go and list today in the stock exchange, they will doubt you. They will be like, what is your pedigree? Where is your history? What do you have? And all that, right? So just relax yourself, stick to your strategy, and keep building. If you are staying for the long term, why not? Delucia says, I wish Presco would split their stock. Why are you wishing that? You want to have more Presco? Whether they split or not, as long as you are in that Presco, fine. Maybe you want them to split so that you can now buy at a cheaper price. Maybe. Anything can happen with Presco. With Presco, they can either do stock split, they can do bonus, and any other thing. But of course, they just did right. So the possibility of a bonus may not be there. Coach, which stock is good to buy now? I'm buying for long term. Oasis Trade Customer Service. Thank you very much. Maobi for the marvelous confetti. I'm seeing all of the gifts you are sharing there. Powerful screen actions from you. Very much appreciated. That's difficult to respond to right now. Regarding which stock should you buy now, you're staying for the long term. I've been mentioning Aradel here. Why not? Go ahead, buy Aradel. Aradel, Dangote Sugar. If you find tip 11 and under, for the banks, UBA is still looking interesting. Zenith as well. Then of course, UACN seems to be running away. I'm surprised that Unilever is selling under 70. Well, that will also be corrected along the line. 66.50. Interesting stuff there. Really, really interesting. And there's so much loaded on offer. 5 million offers versus 166,000 bids. I will check to see, is there anything wrong with Unilever that is making it being offloaded this much? And yet there's not much activity. Only 86,000 shares has been traded so far. And here we are, 3 hours of trading. So what is it that is making the market turn its back on Unilever? We'll find out. Chomilicious, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 p.m., which is 1 minute from now, the TikTok lines will be open for your calls. Please position yourself and take advantage of this. Okay, thank you very much, Sylvester. The volume is very low on Facebook. We'll try to sort it out so that everyone will enjoy it. As for YouTube, unfortunately, it refuses to align. We'll find out. But the video will be uploaded from TikTok onto YouTube. So never mind, YouTubers, you will still have a copy of today's live stream. What's your take with Omatech PLC, Celebrity, Usino? Omatech, for me, not much value there yet, as far as the raw financials is concerned. A lot of times, there are so many other places to put your money. The important thing is that you need value. You're not being emotional and trying to look for cheap or something else. go for value right now, Omatech is not among the best 20 companies in the stock market to pick from. When the one qualify for the tip rights issue date, please, Ifeanyi Chukwu, that was 1st August. Tip rights qualification date was 1st August. If you didn't have tip before 1st August, you do not qualify for the rights. Hello, coach. How about MTN? Can we buy now? In Meka Bandi, MTN has always been a stock I would have preferred to be bought under 400, but now it's 500. So if you want to buy it, you have to wait to snap it up whenever you see it under the 500 it is right now. Some people put in a bid at 478 and 480. The way MTN was doing, I knew it would get back to 500, and I wasn't expecting it to do that in December, but there you go, 503. Anything can happen. Somebody can quickly come to sell some of their profits that they've made for dirty December, and at that point, why not? Feel free to buy when you see it below 500. Aise says, for the public offer and rights issue we bought, how and when will it reflect on our portfolio, please? It will take some months for allotment to be made. We will be discussing here from time to time. You will hear when we start receiving allotment, so you check with your broker to get allotment. Please, is Atlas Portfolios in the building? Chomilicious is asking. We'll find out. But then, let's go in and start taking your calls. If call lines are now open, first caller and my co-host will be Maobi. So Maobi will be coming in and let's hear from him. Hello Maobi, good afternoon. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, hello, coach. Good afternoon, and nice to have you back after a couple of days. We really missed you, and nice to be here again today.
You were very highly missed as well. It's good to be back. Any word of advice before we pick our first call?
Okay, same old, same old. Now is the time to plant. Now is the time to invest. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait until January when the prices are on the roof. Take advantage of any opportunity you find now, as long as you have the cash available. If you don't, be patient. The market will always present an opportunity for everybody. So I'll be hanging on here, coach, if anybody wants to speak.
Thank you very much, Maobi. We go on to the first caller, photographer.
Hear me, sir?
Good afternoon. Name?
Good afternoon, coach. I'm happy to see you today. It's been a long time. All right, coach. Thanks for all you do for us, and I'm going to make it fast so that we can have other people on board. Coach, based on your experience, what are the industries that are likely to get hit with the coming election in 2027? You know, next year election will be more popularized, that people will start campaigning and all that. So what companies are likely to get hit that we should watch out for so that we don't put our money in the wrong place? Or industries, rather.
All right, very brilliant question there. First off, let's know that there will be pre-election sell-offs. We don't know how serious that will get this time around. I noticed something. In 2025, foreign portfolio investors' repatriation or pullout or divestment did not seriously affect the Nigerian market. And we were here and we noticed that event. April, when the tariff war started, there was an FPI divestment, but it didn't affect the Nigerian market as much as it normally does. And that can be ascribed to one thing. There is a sudden greater influx of fellow Nigerians buying these stocks. So it really didn't reflect that much. Whether the pre-election sell-off will also play out this way, we don't know, because at that point, even fellow Nigerians, out of fear of what may happen, may want to sell off. So if you see a pre-election sell-off around August, September, October, November to December, then you know, even if it's not written, nobody will come and write it, but you will know it is pre-election sell-off. Take advantage of that moment. That is, as far as election is concerned, related to your question, one thing to look out for. Then, as far as the election itself is concerned, these are the sectors to benefit. Number one, the printing and publication industry. Nobody is telling you this, but I'll tell you. You see, Academic Press, Learn Africa, University Press. These three companies are in that sector. Let me tell you, apart from publishing calendars, annual reports, for all sorts of publications, that pre-election year is a year when they make a lot of turnover due to printing of election-related materials, from handbooks to campaign posters to banners. You know all those heavy banners. They are the ones that produce it. They make a lot of money during that time. Then the paint industry as well. A lot of party offices will be repainting their offices across local governments, state offices, and national secretariats. All those parties will be painting their offices. So you are looking at the paint industry that has Beja paint, Meyer paints, where are the paint manufacturers now? Cap PLC. Those companies will make a lot of money because apart from political parties painting their offices, most of them are also relocating offices. We heard of how PDP was shut down and blah, blah, blah. Most of them will be repainting, most of them will be relocating their offices. I'm talking about all the way to the grassroots. Then, of course, these politicians also will be painting their houses because there will be political visits left, right, and center, and everybody wants to make everywhere look great. And usually, New Year comes with repainting. Government houses will be repainted, government properties will be repainted, roads and all those things. Paint manufacturers will benefit. We do not have paper manufacturing companies. And then the next one is those particularly involved in ICT and printing of cards, especially those that already exist and have existing contracts. And that's where a company like Chams comes in. Voters card manufacturing, new voters cards will be published, will be produced. BVN machines, you know, what do they call it now? It's not BVN machines. What do they call that election, that machine they use to vote? Voting machine, what do they call it again? I think there's a name they call it.
From printing.
Is it thumb printing machine? Or some of those things? Listen, nobody is discussing this anywhere else. So the likes of Charms, maybe CWG, I don't know what government contracts CWG has, but Charms is a dominant name there because apart from national ID, voters card, they also do ATM cards and all manner. BVAS, thank you very much. That's it. BVAS. Those BVAS machines, all those things, it is the computer and ICT sector that does that, right? So that's it. Then, of course, telecoms. You know why? During that time, between 2026 pre-election and election, there will be massive data subscriptions. You know, party members are following up and doing video calls, doing video recordings and transferring data left, right, and center. All manner. You get it? These are the sectors that will benefit as far as the forthcoming national elections is concerned. Make sense?
A lot of sense, Coach. Thank you so much, Coach. This is awesome. One more question, please, Coach. I have a community of young chaps that are coming up that I know that their capacity is going to be between 10, 50K monthly. And I feel like I can help because at least they listen to me. So I feel like, okay, in what direction can I direct them in terms of industry to start investing in? Some of them are in the university, some of them are just starting life, you get. So I just want to help. Like they can start building their portfolio, 10K monthly, 50K monthly. How can you help this coach?
Don't, that's a very good thing to do. We need more young chaps knowing these things early. Listen, majority of the world's problem emanates from individual challenges and family challenges. Majority of individual and family challenges emanates from finance. Check the life of anyone who has gotten it right in terms of their finance. You will find that they they are hardly victims of societal problems. So if you have young people coming up and you've already started showing them the way of financial discipline to save a specific amount even before they even start working and all that, fantastic. That's where I started from. And that's why I always have a passion for anybody who is starting from anywhere. First off, you grow with that discipline that comes with it. But do not narrow their minds down to a specific industry. The process should still be look for good companies, invest, and give it time. The beautiful thing is they have time on their side, and they must understand that that time is actually currency. This is where it makes sense. Time is currency for those who have the time, and it's the younger generation who has that time. So it then now doesn't matter how little they put in the market. What matters is put them in good companies, put whatever you have in good companies, and watch it blossom with time being the currency that you have. So you don't limit yourself to, oh, I have only 10,000 every month. Where, how far can it go? You have no idea. When I started, I was looking for small companies. And now I'm telling myself, if I could buy Savannah Bank 2 naira per share from small when I started, why was I scared of a stock like Nestle that time, which was just 9 naira per share? Over the long haul, Nestle now did far better than most other companies that ever existed that time. Apart from bonus shares that they were giving, Nestle of 9 naira then is now worth 1,800 naira plus, almost 2,000 naira, on top of the dividends and bonus shares that they declare. So don't limit them to a specific industry or a specific price range. Any good stock you see, channel them there. Let them just buy. The important thing is they will grow up with this discipline and not be amongst those who are victims of money controlling them. A lot of people are in financial mess today because they have no control over money. They get small 1 million here, another 10 million there. The whole world will not rest. They have no idea that the real billionaires don't make noise. Thank you.
That's deep. Thank you so much, Coach. I really appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir. God bless you.
You too. God bless you too. Specialist, next caller. Then I think KC before. Okay. Show says you started with 4K. You remember what show? Were you there? Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, coach. Good afternoon, sir.
Your name and where you're streaming from?
My name is Specialist. I'm streaming from Benin. It's been a while, coach.
Welcome, specialist.
Yes, coach. Please, coach. My question is this: I think I have Zenith, I have UBA, I have Wema, I have Stanbic, and I have Fidelity. I have Access. So I was thinking of dropping one of the banks between Access and Fidelity, so probably I can top up my tip So I want to get your take on that, coach.
I would say at the moment between Fidelity and Access, I will drop Access and proceed straight.
Oh, okay, coach. Okay, coach. Okay, coach. Thank you very much, coach. I really appreciate, coach.
Thank you for keeping it brief. Next caller, KC. After KC, it came Benzoic. One call Simon says, with 1 million, please, which stocks would you recommend? Buy Aradel with 1 million. Benebi says, I bought TIP public offer before. Is it still possible to buy again? You will have to be sure that you can withdraw what you used to apply before. If you do double subscription, you risk being disqualified and your money returned to you. That will be sad because you should have gotten the stock at 9 naira, then they return the money to you. By the time they are returning it, it's around 15 or 17 naira per share. Deadly. So just contact your broker to find out whether you can still withdraw that money. I mean, that initial form, and then you fill a new one with the new quantity you want. Okay, so that KC didn't go through. We go on to Ikem Benzoic. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. He came from Norway, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining. Go ahead.
Okay, we've actually missed you, coach. And I wouldn't know when, if you disappear for 1 month, if how we are going to feel about it.
No, that's why we have the group. We are not disappearing that much.
Okay, thank you, sir. You know, there are some of the things. Anytime you make a live podcast, and I will listen and listen to the letter. Sometime 2 months ago, you said that if you want to enjoy, because someone was asking you, can I buy USCN? And you said, put everything you have on USCN. That if you want to enjoy absolute massive gain in the capital market, look for consumer goods like USCN. And I don't have USCN. So I have a 3 million naira right now, but I want to sacrifice my Zenith Bank because I have 7 million naira there. I invested 7 million naira there. So I want to sacrifice it, my Zenith Bank, so that I can get at least 100 and something thousand shares of USCN, maybe at 84 or 85 naira. Because I know USCN will print numbers next year. In fact, USCN is the next better glass. From your analysis and what you've said so far, is it a good move, sir? Or do I just put in 3 million there? Because it will pain me if I put in 3 million naira there.
To pay you, as per, that will be too small for your
Yeah,
size.
very, very small, very small. It's just that I invested money in some other things. Otherwise, I'm planning to even buy 200,000 units of USCN. But I just want to sacrifice my Zenith because bank stocks, it cannot go beyond 90 naira. Highest it can go. That's Zenith as I'm seeing it. But this USCN, maybe by the middle of January or February, it might be running to 300. I think so.
Naira
I mean, 300, I believe.
by January and February. I need to hear this. Ikem, let's be realistic. Let me hear you again.
No, I said at least from your analysis and what you have said so far on USC, and I think by January or February, it might be running to 300. This USCN we are seeing here.
January, no, won't happen.
I don't know.
You are giving us a projection of 2 more years from now or so.
But this is what I think. So that's why I want to know what you suggest. Anything you say, I do. Do I sacrifice the Zenith for it, or just 3 million is very small for that stock, sir? I don't know. I'm just confused.
Okay, calm down. I wanted to ask a question. Why didn't you come up with this idea when the USCL was at 88, just about a month ago?
Coach, then I was saying, okay, I'll buy USCN later, I'll buy USCN later. So I was buying all those 1 million stocks and UPDC, and I bought even Dangote Sugar and all those other stuff. So I said, maybe when I'm done, then I'll go for USCN and NIDF. That was how I planned it. I want to invest 10 million naira each on them. So before you know it, USCN ran away, which is not a very good thing for me, you know?
Okay, as we speak,
Huh?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you need to be more strategic. Just know that you didn't lose anything. You have
Yes.
accomplished one part of your agenda. You don't spend anything. You can take your time to build these ones up without necessarily disrupting your structure. Don't be in too much of a haste to set up the Zenith. That will make you work harder for extra cash to put inside UACL if you want UACL. But also, be realistic with your projection about the price you expect it to sell for. Remember, it's a long-term plan. There are debts to be paid on USD. It won't happen overnight that the price will jump to 200, 300. It will take time. Watch the UACN for between 85 and 80 or under. Those pullbacks will still happen this December. Start buying with the 3 million and watch out. If you're not getting fresh funds and you see UACN under 80 again, and sell a third of the Zenith position again.
Okay, so what you're saying is Zenith now.
Don't be in a hurry to sell the Zenith. It's better to sell the Zenith at a peak. UACN might disappoint investors in terms of dividend payout
Okay.
last year. This is not a guarantee.
Okay.
What happened last February was that, or March, was that they announced 4 naira per share earnings only to pay out 60 kobo. The price crashed from 33 to 26. I was the one who came out here to say, buy that dip because they make good money, they retain a whole lot of it. This is a temporary reaction by the market for dividend investors who are expecting much. Buy that dip. So it happened in March. It could happen again. Then you load up more.
Okay.
It doesn't happen too. Along the line, you would have built up sufficient before now. But the truth is, I want to force you, that's the money elsewhere, to keep buying the USC instead of selling your Zenith.
Okay. Okay. So I should just put in the 3 million on USCN, then and leave the Zenith, because by the end of December and first week of January, money will come.
Beautiful.
But I don't know what USCN will be by that time, sir.
Don't worry, when we get there, we will know.
So I should leave.
Just leave it. You'll be amazed at another fantastic opportunity that may arise. Just relax, don't rush it.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Next caller, Maxi Ray. After Maxi Ray, we have Ogechi Okafor. Mr. E say, Coach, just adopting Ikem. Success Mindset said, I bought UACN at 29. Can you see that? Within the same year, he must have bought at that time when it dipped. It dipped to 26. I said, buy that thing. And now it's 85. So from 29 to 85, how many percent is that? 29 to 48. 58 is 100%. Add another 29 to 58 is what? 87. So you are almost 200% up on USDA inside the same year. So when a stock does such a run, it has to be backed up by something tangible. That's where the Chi Limited comes in. Watch that my video again. It's all over the place on all my socials. Fantastic. Hello, good afternoon. Mazi Ray, are you there? Good afternoon. All right, looks like Mazire calling in error. We'll let him go. And then next, okay, Ogechi Okafor. Harry Algo says, hi, coach. Between UPDC and Union Home Trades, a long-term profit 3 years. UPDC. Hello, good afternoon. Ogechi Okafor, you are in a noisy environment. We can't take your call. Please stay away from the noise and get back to us. Dr. Birich said, sold my UACN and bought Presco. Laugh out loud. That's not a very bad move at all, especially if you sold at a very good profit. Presco is a rock. First hold call, Osaremen Iwasan. I think it's around, best price to snap it up is around 31. But I saw it jumping to 34. Oh yes, currently 33.50. Close at 34.50. There's a whole lot of in the market. Okay, so hello, good afternoon. Is about to take some conflicts. The sound I'm hearing just reminds me of the conflicts pack. So let's let him have his conflicts first. He's having a light lunch break perhaps. Samsung. Next caller. Hello, Johnny P. Are you there?
Hello,
Hello, coach.
afternoon, coach.
Okay, Samsung, hold on. Hello, Johnny.
Yeah, good afternoon, coach.
Good afternoon. I thought you were having some conflicts or something like that.
No, sir. Good to see you again, coach.
My pleasure.
You're welcome back, sir. Yes. A quick one, coach. My question is for Atlas. On my TPO, they are yet to deduct the money from my Atlas account, and thing is kind of worrisome. And the money I deposit is above what I requested for, so I can get into other stocks. I want them to remove their money so I can get into other stocks.
Just calculate the money that is supposed to be for the rights and focus on the balance for other stocks.
Actually, I went for your
So now you are
100,000
asking
units.
that they are not in the building to respond.
Okay. I put in for 100,000 units. That's about 950,000.
Yes, so deal with the balance with other
Okay.
stocks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Samsung, are you there? Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm here, coach.
Go ahead. Name and where you're streaming from.
Okay. Good afternoon, coach. My name is Samson Kolawole. I'm streaming from London. It's
Thank
always
you.
a delight listening to you, and thank you for all you do for this community. In fact, I wish I knew you, about 5 years ago, but I'm grateful for, locating you. I
Ah, if you
just
don't tell
have a
me,
few.
I would have forced you to buy NACO at 2 naira per share. And now I'll be happy if you decide you want to sell at 107 naira per share. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So I have the following stocks in my portfolio, and because you always warned us against over diversification, so and I just want you to tell me which of these following stocks I'm going to drop. So let me just list what I have on my portfolio. I have Aradel, I have Chams, I have Kotix, I have Nascon, I have Nem Insurance, I have NIDF, I have Tantalizer, I have TIP, I have UACN, and I have UPDC.
For privacy's sake, I do not want to ask you what the portfolio valuation is. That would have guided me. But that sounds like a little bit balanced, apart from the fact that some of the pennies, which are the names we use for 1 million challenge, are there, dominantly there. I don't think it is over diversified, even though I don't know what the value is. That's what will have determined whether or not. And usually, I do not consider the 1 million challenge stocks when I'm deciding whether a portfolio is over diversified or not, because the 1 million challenge is a completely different project from the regular portfolio based on your investment goal. So, this is me saying all you can do is keep averaging down or up on what you already have to keep building them up if you feel you have over diversified. And a lot of times, this is not the best time to sell the stock. One key reason why I have advised EKM not to sell is because you will get more value selling January, February. Even though I know the target is to be able to buy a stock that has the potential of rising beyond what it is now. But at least there was cash with him to buy some at the moment. So for you, I don't think you should sell any of them, especially the pennies, because I'm sure that's where you're thinking. Best time
Exactly.
any of them is during that rally in January, February. Sell them at very good price if you feel like, and then take position in other prospects that are still looking good in spite of the rally during that period.
Thank you very much, Coach. It's always a delight listening to you. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye. So please, everyone, we will not be swayed by the market sentiments. Maximize the time. It could also mean sell and buy, but if it's just merely to balance or rebalance a portfolio, just relax, take it one step at a time. It's always better to sell at the peak. And if you are selling any of those stocks now, they can look very cheap now, but you'll be amazed. Some of them will add a 3 naira stock can easily add 1 naira that period. That's a lot of money. Then you sell and you are happier because you are going to be raking in some reasonable returns. But if you sell now, you are practically selling off at a bargain basement price. Okay, next caller doesn't have a name. I hope she pays attention to know she's being called. Everyone, please have a username so we can refer to you easily when discussing. Now, even the call didn't go through. So, next caller, insist. Showy. I don't know where Showy gets his energy from. Says Tantalizers 1 million challenge. Did I hear someone say amen there? All right, amen. Oh, Afrobeats has responded. Hello, good afternoon. How did we miss Maobi on this? Hello, good afternoon. Are you there? Okay. Insist, are you there? Ha! Guinness is flying 263 naira and unrelenting. Okay, looks like insist calling in error. We've got to let him go. Next caller, Toye. Alerted King is in the house. You can see his repeated sharing of the live stream. Thank you very much. Smile for me says volume has dropped. Really? Please confirm to me that you can hear clearly. Expression views says hello coach, thanks for all you do. Please, I currently have Cadbury, Charms, Boa Cement, Aradel, Fidelity, and Qtix. I have 400,000 today. Which should I take up? The tip public offer or buy UPDC rate? 400,000. Please just pick up that tip public offer. Don't miss it. Go on, buy that offer, and go to bed. I bought tip public offer before. It's still possible to buy again. Benebi, I've responded to your inquiry. Looks like the calls are delaying to connect. We're still waiting to connect with Toye. Good afternoon, coach. With 1 million, please, which stocks would you recommend? Aradel. Frankies on Instagram says, please, coach, what are your 2026 stock predictions? Which stock to look out for? My stock predictions comes at the end of trading in 2025. I'm also supposed to do a review of my 2025 stock predictions, how they performed. Those stocks were picked and shared on the 3rd of January 2025. We will see how they performed. I'll do a video about that and share. But the 2026 predictions will not be out until the last trading day in 2025. That's because those stocks I shall be picking to share, I needed their last trading day price of the year. That's the way I do it. So I can't share until then. Fanny, next caller. Dr. Dre says, good afternoon, coach. Please talk on e-transact. The price is going down. Well, nothing much to say. It climbed very fast. It can only come down and consolidate before trying to find its way back up. So what you see, e-transact. That was a stock I almost bought at 5 now. Then it rose as high as about 18. Now it's down to 12 and 13, even 11 in fact. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Fanny. Looks like Fanny calling in error. Are you there? Sounds like he lives in a castle where birds are singing and tweeting. Any website to buy the public offer of tip, Vixen Bright is asking. Just contact your broker for the form, complete, send back, get your account funded, and they debit you.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, your name and where you're speaking from.
My name is Victor.
Your environment should be away from the mic.
Hello?
Walk away from the
I said,
noise so we don't put off this.
okay.
You can hear me loud and clear now. So I just completed my charm 1 million challenge. I'm thinking of going to Tantalizer because it's cheaper instead of QT.
Before you go, let's celebrate you. Congratulations, 1 million challenge.
Thank you, coach. Thank you very much.
Proceed with
Thank you.
Tantalizer, please. Go ahead.
So I'm thinking of going for another 1 million challenge for Tantalizer instead of QT because Tantalizer is cheaper.
Please
So
proceed.
I'm thinking.
We are being celebrated in the comments. That's good. Go ahead. Tantalizers. Too much noise in the background. We can't continue. Congratulations, bro. Proceed with more tantalizers on your 1 million challenge. Love that. Love that. Love that. I've told you, you will be the ones that we're talking about when they start saying, oh, if you bought this in 2026 January, this is what it will become now. Just watch and see. We are making money in 2026, but before then, we are still making money this year. Yes? Ladies and gentlemen, we have just 18 minutes and today's live stream will be over. Hi, coach. Should I buy more Guinness? I'm 200% up in profit. No. J Ace, I do not think you should be buying more Guinness now. It's already late. You are 200% up. Anything you do now will just water down your profits. Let's see how much it is. 263 naira per share. I doubt if this is the best time. By the way, Guinness is actually on full bid. 770,000 shares bidded for, zero offers. 1.7 million shares traded, almost half a billion spent. Sir, please, what do you have to say about AICO Insurance? AICO, from what I noticed today, has actually been enjoying some very interesting attention. Maybe, just maybe, big names or institutional investors have identified it as a major player to stake a claim in. As we speak, 35 million AICO has been traded, even though the offers are more than the bids. 14 million offers, but there are 11.6 million bids. And the price has moved from 3.79 naira to 4 naira per share. So AICO is really looking like one of those stocks that investors love. Let's see how it does next year. I still haven't picked my insurance stock to take position in for 2026. I still haven't. I don't know why I'm lazy about that, but you know how we do it. You've got to do your homework and get it right. That's the idea. Hello, coach. What do you think about WEMA for long term? Engineer Josh Oba. If I have to buy a second tier bank, it has to be WEMA right now. So at 18 and under, WEMA is a good buy. Go ahead. Real May Bella says, sir, please, what can you say concerning ASO savings? For now, that's a no-go area as the stock is suspended from trading. It's called technical suspension. Oh, how come there are bids for ASO savings? 10 million bids, no offer, no transaction. Because they are trying to reconstruct. They want to reduce the number of existing shares and thereby increasing the stock price accordingly. Then they will do offers. So all those things, for that reason, no transaction. How there are 10 million bids for ASO savings, I have no idea, but that's why it's a no-go area for now. Coach, have a question on this 1 million challenge. Is it 1 million buy of the stock? Jojo is 1 million shares. I've said this over and over. 1 million shares, not 1 million naira worth. 1 million So that's why I personally don't call it 1 million challenge. I call it 1 million shares challenge. But people, you make it short and say 1 million challenge. So when you hear 1 million challenge, you can easily be thinking, okay, 1 million naira what? No, 1 million shares challenge. That's the challenge. That's what it is. Find a good penny stock with future prospects, gather 1 million shares of it. So that even if you don't have any other stock that is up to 1 million shares, you have that one. The idea is not for fun, it's for exponential growth to force you into becoming a multi-millionaire. When we make projections 5 years, we think it's too far. COVID was 5 years ago, still feels like yesterday. Hi, coach. What's your suggestion on LLX and Jais Bank? Buy, but stay patient. Okay, we have more callers now. Benny, Adamu, and Vixen Bright. So let's hear from Benny. Good morning, Coach Aradel or MTN. Famuyiwa Ibrahim. I would go with Aradel for now and wait for MTN to pull back before taking any further position. Good afternoon, Coach. How much do I go for Aradel today? Ozogu Roderick. Aradel, currently 679 naira 50 kobo, so it's dropped 50 kobo at the moment. 679.50, you buy some Aradel for yourself right now. What's the spelling? Charms is charms. Remove the P and Z, put an S. I'm talking to Furnace SP. Okay, that call didn't connect with Benny. We proceed to Adamu. Akudo Onyido says, hello coach, between Aradel and Dang Sugar, where do I put 2 million today and at what entry price? I know you have some Aradel. Looks like Dang Sugar is a fantastic prospect. So you get in there, put it in Dang Sugar. Currently 55 naira. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, coach.
Oh, Adamu from Maiduguri, right?
Yes,
Oh,
Adamu from Meduguri, yes.
where have you been, Adamu? It's good to have you.
Thank you. How are you, coach? Thank you.
Very well, thank you. Alhaji, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Please, I want to get your take on the Tantalizer, the 1 million challenge, and Aradel. Which one do I go for now? As it is, I have something to like maybe acquire the 1 million of Tantalizer, or the same amount can I sink it into the Aradel? Which one, please advise me. Let me take a position now, please. Thank you.
Alhaji, do you have Aradel at all?
Yes, I do, but not substantive, sir.
Okay,
I have about 50,000 only, sir.
I'm sure you're not satisfied with your Aradel. 50,000 Aradel. That shouldn't make
Only,
you.
yes.
That shouldn't make you miss out on tantalizers because 2 million plus can fetch you 1 million tantalizer, but will not amount to much Aradel. So I would say, for that reason, just bag your 1 million tantalizers. Subsequently, you keep topping up on your Aradel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alaji. Was good hearing from you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Next caller, Vixen Bright. Yeah, 50,000 only. I've told people if you think you have money, come to the stock market. You will know, you will know how far behind you are. You know, he's just come modestly and said 50,000 shares only. And you will have somebody who cannot even muscle 10,000 Aradel making the loudest noise outside, disturbing the neighborhood, and playing loud music from his Benz. We will not rest. Isabella said, you people should stop joking with me here. So 50K Aradel is small. Okay, for context sake, 50,000 Aradel is like 30 something million naira, right? Just a moment, that should be 34 million or so. Hold on. 50,000 Aradel times 680 naira. Yes, 34 million. Alaji says it's only. All right. So you know now how it works. Oh my God. You don't know the group you belong to. You think we are joking here. Some of you think we are playing. You will find out meeting physically. If you are not a member of Net Worth Investors Club, you are missing out a big deal. Follow me on Instagram, send me a DM requesting to join the group so you can join. With or without live stream, discussions are going on a daily basis. And we are growing the community into subgroups and into physical live sessions because we are not hiding. We are a legitimate club of forward-thinking investors. So we will soon be meeting physically so that you will see yourselves. All right? Next caller, Vixen Bright. Hello, good afternoon. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon, Coach. Thank you for all you are doing.
From, sir?
Good afternoon. Thank you for all you are doing. I'm calling from the United Kingdom. I just have a quick question. I tried to speak to my stockbroker, precisely African investor, regarding the cheap public offer, and the guy said they've closed it, and I tried to impress on him that there is an extension, trying to quote what you said earlier. He refuted that and he said that's not correct. And he went further to say they've not had that information that it has been extended. So I don't know if how to go from here. So I don't know what is going on because you said it has been extended, and I tried to speak to a stockbroker. We said no. So I don't know if Atlas is in the house, if they still have the opportunity to still offer the public tip, public offer, if they are still in the business of offering it out, so that I can switch to them. Thanks.
Well, I'm just worried that a broker is insisting when they should act on the information you have shared with them to simply contact the registrar to confirm. Atlas is not in the house, and so there's nothing we can do about them. And I do not want to mention or ask you who the broker is, because it's not necessarily the name of the company. It could just be...
Yeah, he's Afri investor, actually. And I spoke to a guy there, Sulaiman, that's his name. Chatting him.
One lazy staff. Sorry to use that word. You should get that information. Go and confirm instead of telling you blatantly that it is over, it's closed, it's not correct. What are they saying? The offer has been extended. Please email them again, because there's nothing, I don't know what else to say. So that somebody has an opportunity to buy a stock this cheap, and you are now misinforming them upon the fact that they are bringing information that should be in your palms. I don't know what next to say. I think you should insist by resending a message again.
Okay. You said you check with the registrar, right?
Yes, tell them to confirm from the registrar if the offer has been extended or not. If possible, I speak to you now. Go on Google, just browse it. Tip rights, public offer extension. You will see publication. Bring it out, forward it to the individual.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sometimes these people can annoy people a lot. We are saying there's not enough investor education. We're trying to set up platforms and open the eyes of people and show them things that are happening. Now they are getting more informed and are even receiving information faster, acting on it. And then they come to you, who is a broker. You won't make the tiniest effort to do a little finding or research or questions. You just sit down there and insist. Don't let me angry these people. I just came back. Let me enjoy my people in peace. Guys, don't mind me. Love and something. I'm not seeing the other side. Let's hear from you. 3 minutes to go. I hate it when I don't like it. We have told them this much time, energy, and resources to open the eyes of it. So if they get smarter than you, then that's on you. You have a problem. An industry you're operating, you don't know what's happening. That's no.
Good afternoon, sir, Mr. Code.
Your name and where you're streaming from, Mr. Coach.
Good afternoon, sir, Code. My name is Fatai. I'm streaming from the Netherlands. I'm calling from the Netherlands, sorry.
Thank you very much, Fatai. It's good to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I bought a share from Fidelity Bank last year when they were giving public offer. And now I have been trying to transfer my shares to my broker. It seems like they are not ready to release my shares to me.
Who?
Fidelity Bank.
You bought the shares, public offer. You should be more than 100% up now. Why are they holding back your money?
I literally don't know why. And I have contacted my broker, Afro Events. I first contacted the first register. They told me I should contact my broker. I contacted my broker. My broker gave me all the information that I needed. I passed it over to them, but no response. And I have given them multiple email, no response.
Let me understand. What is the information Afro Invest gave you?
Afro Invest gave me my CS number, my details, and they asked me to forward it to them.
I don't understand this. Afro Invest is supposed to contact the broker on your behalf to move your stocks, transfer it from CSCS into your account if you have been allotted. The stocks you bought are in CSCS, not with Fidelity or the registrars.
Oh, okay.
They are supposed to now facilitate the process. Maybe send you a share transfer form to complete for them to now move your stocks. And the communication should be between them, the broker, and the registrars and CSCS. Because these institutions, the registrar CSCS needs to know is that you have a broker, you have a CHN number and a CSCS number. The rest is convey those stocks back into your own trading platform or dashboard so you can be able to view it. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I think you need to get back to them and tell them, listen, can you dematerialize? Okay, use that word. Email them saying you bought FCMB. Is it FCMB or Fidelity?
Fidelity Bank.
You bought Fidelity Bank stocks, blah, 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 public offer. Kindly dematerialize those stocks and let them appear in my portfolio. my trading
Okay.
dashboard. Yes, I think if you use that word, it may help them. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
He laughs. Okay, it's 2 p.m. Nigerian time. This is the time we call it a day. Having enjoyed a wonderful session with my family. It's good to be back. Thank you so very much for being a part of today's live stream. Very lively session there. We had hiccups with YouTube transmission. Facebook still complaining about low volume. We'll see how we can work on this. And hopefully we have another great time tomorrow. Our eyes are on the ball. We're looking for opportunities. Any slip up, we dive in, take position, and look away. Because guess what? Those who will really make the money in 2026, as far as stocks are concerned, are the ones planting now. I've told all of you, we will stop chasing stocks. We will be the ones they are talking about. Very soon they will say, if you bought this in December, now in January, this is how much it is. So let's all stay focused. Don't be tempted to follow the head mentality. Stay on your strategy. Stick to your guns. Believe the process, and we'll make money together. All right? Until we meet again tomorrow, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. This is me saying thank you very much for being a part of today's live stream. And this is where we call it a day. You've been splendid and amazing. I hope you are building well, and we will laugh together later. Bye for now. And of course, before I say my goodbyes, Maobi, okay, he's dropped out. My guest network issues always keeping him out. I want to thank every one of you for being a part of today's live stream. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all you have done on screen actions and so on. Of course, callers, appreciate you. If I couldn't take your comment, my apologies. It wasn't deliberate. So, see you again tomorrow. For now, bye. And I saw Benita also. Thank you very much, Benita. Thank you very much, everyone. Maobi, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.